moving on with back control. So we've basically gone through all of the upper body controls. So choking arm up, choking arm down, double underhooks, and the straight jacket, how to escape all of these. Okay, and I want us to go into lower body control. Okay, so focusing on how to escape the different kinds of lower body control. For that, we essentially have 2 hooks, the hip block, the body triangle, and the crotch ride. Okay, so I want to first start with 2 hooks and a couple of things to keep in mind here. So just for today, we're probably going to be only escaping this particular position, okay? So, good thing about 2 hooks, it's of the control you can have on the back, this is the worst. Like by far, I think it's stupid that you only get points for this, and that you don't get points for the, okay, in the IBJJF, they only get points for this. You don't get points for like body triangle and the rest. That is stupid, but that's the rules, okay? So, first thing I want to do is kind of a bit of keeping yourself safe, because the longer we can keep his feet like this and keep him from switching to a different body control, it's going to be better for us to get out, okay? So the first thing I like to do actually is, and this is where I'm already starting my escape, okay? Best thing is if we can go with the underhook side on top, that's the easiest escape. So I like to bring this leg in like this and already start shoving. And I like to come here, okay? And when I do this, I keep this knee up. I don't want to be like this, okay? So keeping this knee up. So first, try to get a body triangle.
Yeah, I need to get the leg away.
And you just gave me the escape. Okay? So when you've got this top knee tight like this, it's actually really hard for him to get a body triangle. Okay? So this is already protecting you a bit in the beginning. Okay? And that's also, you can see his feet are kind of out of alignment right now. It's not like this anymore. Because now if I try to use my feet to kind of push this away, he can hook in and push this leg away. No, just like hook in and stretch your leg. Hook in and stretch your leg. Yeah, exactly. And now I can't get to that hook anymore. But if I'm up here and I've got his feet out of alignment, it's right there. Okay? So, and that's honestly, this is sort of, keep holding. This is sort of my go-to position. This is where I want to be. Control the choking hand, keep this knee up, and keep his feet out of alignment. Get this foot as close to the bottom hook as possible, because the bottom hook is the important one. This is the one he needs to keep me in position. So, and if I can beat that hook, I get out. Okay, so going back. So I'm going to practice this whole sort of sequence right now. Get used to doing this, because this is going to make your back escapes a lot more successful if you just keep from getting in the worst case position possible from the very beginning. So control the choking arm, foot to the butt on the underhook side. Push him down, knee to your chest as far as possible. Okay? Now I'm going to move a bit back with this leg and shove that hook down with this hook, or with this leg. Okay, from here, I can scissor my legs and go into my shoulder sling. And now I'm essentially out. If he tries to choke me from here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pleasant. He's going to be like crushing my head. Ears are probably going to ring, but there's no choke. He's not going to put me out. From here, I can start getting on top. Okay? So let's practice this one first, okay? Okay, so that escape's looking good. Now we're basically going to do the what if I fuck something up. So either he is stronger than I am, or I don't get my foot in time, and he's able to plot me on the side that I don't want to land on. So he's able to plot me with the underhook side down instead of up. Okay? This is the problem for me now, because now if he grabs this arm, yeah, just like that, yeah. Now I can't do the shoulder slip. Okay, because if we're like this, now he's stopping my internal rotation. Okay? So, first things first is I still want to have basically the same order of operations. Control the choking hand and get up here and get, again, that knee-elbow connection. Okay? Because again, the worst thing I can do here is let him get a body triangle. Okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I can free this grip by just extending that hand. And now we basically can go into our Superman escape. So from here, I bring it up. And I can get out. And because I've got that high knee, he actually has less control of my lower body. You felt that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because his feet aren't like this, they're like this. And this bottom hook is weaker like that. Okay? So, yeah, let's do it like this so it's better in camera. Yeah, okay, so again, first things first, knee elbow connection, lock the body triangle. And see what I mean. This leg, if I just go back a bit with this foot, I'm almost already stripped this bottom hook. Okay? This is what I mean. And this grip, it prevents me from moving this way, but it doesn't prevent me from going this way. Okay? So, from here I strip the grip, bring my elbow here, and now I've got my shoulder between us. This is already making it harder for him to choke me. Yeah, okay? And from here, we go into our Superman. So, hips to the ground, shoot the arms up, and then we're out. Okay? I'm taking a pause at the end just to show the position. Obviously, you wouldn't do that when you're actually escaping. So if I'm actually doing this escape, it will be without pauses. So he'll come up in here, okay? Come up in here, and I will do it more like that. Okay? I'm just doing the pause to show the position. Okay? So let's practice that a bit, and then we'll do some sparring. So sort of a what happens when situation, and more importantly, a bit of a conceptual idea in terms of escapes. I say it all the time, and this is kind of a fact. The whole point to escaping is to turn a static position to a dynamic one. Okay? If he has control, it's his job to keep things as static and as unmoving as possible. That's what he wants. He wants me to be able to move as little as possible. So if I want to escape, I need to make this a dynamic position. I have to create motion and space. That's why, for example, I'm doing this. So now when I get here, I weaken his ability to hold me statically. I get rid of the hooks. Now I've created a dynamic situation. So he can try to reclaim the back, but now he has to be dynamic. Exactly. Now he has to use movement. And generally speaking, anytime we've created movement, that's good for our escapes. Okay? Because we can use movements to improve our position. It's always, that's why the body triangle, for example, is such a bad position to be in. Because that is one of the most the worst position for just escapes. The worst position you can be in is body triangle with double underhooks. This is so stacked, I can keep him from moving really well here. Okay? So that's why that's such a strong position and so hard to get out of. Okay? And that's why so moving on to what I actually wanted to cover. Because a very common counter to this escape that we've been doing, so we come here, we get our butt in the air, break the hook, start coming out, is that he starts doing the drill that we did at the beginning. He goes deep and starts pulling me over here. Exactly. And this is where I can use that motion, as you just saw, to get out. Okay? Because what he's trying to do is turn his top hook into a bottom hook, so that he has the bottom hook control again. Because the bottom hook is the most important one when you're the controlling person. But he has that transition period where it goes from the one side to the other, where things are very dynamic. And what I do when that happens, and I land this a lot, even against higher ranked people. So we get here, I break that hook, I start to come out, he switches, it goes slow, and as he's switching, I want to break that second hook. Okay? And even if he gets his leg around me like that, I'm still out. Okay? So, and that's why you're going to see this, and this is a lot of what escapes are, because it will very seldom be the situation where he does this, you do this escape, and you're out. Maybe against like guys who are just starting and don't know how to advance or change position, but when you get more experienced people fighting you, that's where you start needing to be able to use their counters to aid in your escape. That's where you need to start using dynamic motion to start getting into your escapes. Something I've actually mentioned this earlier as well. So like if we have two hooks and we've had a situation where we come here and we need to do the Superman escape. So we'll have this situation, we come here, and if he tries to go to my back, for example, and I turn with him, and I actually get out. Okay? So it's a similar situation. But with this specific one right now, so we're doing our first escape. So this is just an example of what we're doing our first. Actually, let's turn to the camera so that the camera can show what we're actually doing. Okay, so I'm doing the first escape, coming up here, getting that hook out, and he's starting to, and as we're coming here, I use my other foot and my arm, if need be, to release that top hook, and I can just basically use the momentum to slide out. Okay? That's very slow and very static, just because I was trying to show it to the camera. If we're doing that in normal time, it would look something more like this. So, okay? And keep in mind, that's an example, but think more fluidly in general. Essentially, you have your initial escape, and when things start becoming dynamic, think more you need to learn to go with the flow, and think less, I do technique X, and more, I have goal X, Y, Z. So when I do this, for example, I'm not thinking, oh, shoulder slip, Superman, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, okay, he's moving, get rid of what would be the bottom hook. The minute that bottom hook is gone, because I've effectively gotten rid of both hooks then. And then I'm easily getting out. Okay? So, let's work on that, and then I want to play a little bit of a game later, kind of not sparring, more game to kind of play with developing this dynamic response. Okay? So, but first let's drill that. That little variation is looking good, so I'm going to go through a bit of a game now, okay? Really soft. We are going to play. Now, we are not going to fight. If things start getting too intense, if you start sweating a lot and breathing a lot, you're doing this wrong, okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to start an escape, okay? Doesn't matter which one, I just try an escape. So we'll start with the one we just had, okay? I come here, and now I let him try to recover in some way. And it's my job to use that recovery to get out, okay? Or I do a different escape. So let's say, for example, this time I fall badly. I come on this side, okay? So I start coming here, and I go like this far, okay? Yeah, you recover. and I want to use that to get out. Okay? So, this is not a fight. I want you to kind of play and experiment with using dynamic situations and finding where the holes come up in that dynamic situation to use as an escape. Because, especially on the back, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be how you get out. Yeah, you have the shoulder slip and everything. Those are good techniques. But most of it, because again, your opponent's not just going to sit there and, oh, he's escaping. Oh, this is cool. Because I just have to sit here and watch. He's always going to try to recover. He's going to try and change positions. And that's the situation you need to get used to and comfortable in. And in all honesty, I think it's that dynamic playing moment where the escape actually happens. That's how you actually get out of the position, is knowing, he's changing, I can use that to move my hips out or whatever, okay? So that's the game we're gonna play. You get into the back, you start an escape, you do not finish it, you get like halfway through, and you let your opponent try to recover, and you use his recovery to get out, okay? That's the game. Everyone gets 2 minutes to escape. Again, we are playing, we are not fighting, okay? This should be very calm, very easy, okay?